All right, guys, I've been looking forward to this one, put a lot of thought into what I was going to talk about this week, and I really want to talk about the release of the golf club. There's a lot of misconceptions surrounding how to release the golf club. And here's the thing, there's not one way of releasing, and that's what I want to discuss today. It's all to do with educating your wrist and your arms in the golf swing. I talk about that a lot in my videos, but hopefully I'm going to find a way to meet you where you are today when it comes to the release. Sit tight, it's going to be a good one. So what exactly does release even mean? You could ask 3 golfers and they probably give you a different answer. Heck, you could probably ask 3 coaches and they give you a different answer too, all right? My belief is that the release is nothing more than the way the golf club is being delivered to the point of collision, okay? How that club is being delivered is how it's being released. And what you need to understand here, that release is going to be very strongly influenced by the club face, more specifically the position of the club face throughout the golf swing. You see, there are Hall of Fame golfers that release the club very, very differently. If you've got a very strong grip, okay, where your lead hand is more on top of the golf club, and or maybe you have a neutral grip that you get very, very flexed at the top of the backswing, which gets the club face essentially in a closed position, you're going to want to release it very differently to someone that has a more neutral grip, okay? If you mix up release patterns with grips the wrong way, you're never going to be able to play good golf. So the way I look at this is 85% of golfers miss to the right. They add loft, they lose distance, they overuse their body, spin their body, they don't utilize their wrists or their arms, and mostly their grips are on the weaker side. Just means they're showing maybe one knuckle on this lead hand, very, very flat or flexed at address. Can you see how flat that is? That's an enormous problem because most golfers are open before they even move the club away from the golf ball. So if you are a slicer, you have to look at your grip. That is the number one way to affect a better result. There's no question. So if we grip the club to the side of us, when you lift the club in the air, we want to make sure when we're looking at that grip, we've got at least, I'm going to come in a little closer here, we want to make sure we've got at least 2 to 3 knuckles on this left hand. So I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to get it more on top of the golf club, and I'm going to hit 3 golf shots right from here, look. So I'm going to get a stronger grip, and I'm going to hit 3 little golf shots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to control what the ball does myself, all right? I'm going to have one go to the left, I'm going to have one go to the right, and I'm going to have one go straight. All right, 3 shots, baby swings, left, right, and straight. Now, I didn't make the ball go left, right, and straight with my body. I didn't make it go left, right, and straight with my hips. I made it go left, right, and straight with my wrists. That's what I need you to understand. I'm taking control of this club face. I'm actuating my wrists in a way that makes the ball go left, right, or straight. This is not about slapping at it with your wrists and arms. It couldn't be further from the truth. But it's about educating your wrists and your arms, guys. That's what we want, okay? So if I go ahead and do this a couple more times, I'll go ahead and make a little bit bigger golf swing. I'm actually going to hit a little hook on purpose, okay? What I'm going to feel here is I'm going to feel like I'm turning those knuckles down almost at around chest high. For you slicers, obviously, that never happens. The club face, if you film your golf swings, you're going to see it. Your club face is just not moving. Can you see this? One frame after another, it's still not moving. It's still not moving. It's still not rotating. And you're down here about 1/1000th of 1 second prior to impact, and then you're trying to snap it closed. Think about it for a second. What are the odds of you actually squaring that club face up and releasing it effectively? The delivery is a problem. It's dysfunctional, okay? So what we've got to do here is we've got to get the toe of the club turning down gradually. That's easy. Now at the ball, I'm going to give it a little too much, and I'm going to hook one again. just for the sake of it, okay? So as I go back here, I'm gonna go a little bit further back, maybe around chest high or so. I'm gonna start my downswing, and right at chest high, you can see here, my arms start to drop. All right, I talk about that a lot of my videos. I'm not spinning my body to more speed. Forget all that, that doesn't work. You spin, you release early. One more time. You spin, you release early. That's just what happens, okay? So what we want to do here is allow those arms to sort of work down in front of us. But as you can see, as I'm doing that, I'm starting to actuate my wrists a little bit. I'm starting to feel the club head. I feel it. That's going to be critical. All right, halfway back. A little hooky one here. Off we go. Oh, little low stinger. Turned it over. Reduced my dynamic loft. Those of you that are turning your 7-iron into a 9-iron, we want to turn that 7 into a 6-iron. It's going to make a little bit of a difference to your length, isn't it? So what did I feel there? I felt my toe turning back towards the golf ball as my arms dropped. As I approached the golf ball, my arms felt like they were working forward. And as I hit the golf ball, of course, the back of my left wrist starts to feel like it's working down through the golf ball, literally twisting the club down. It's what we call supination. Lead wrist is going to turn down, okay? That's what we want if you slice. If you're a hooker of the golf ball, don't be doing this. Don't be doing it. It's not going to help, okay? Now, what we'll do now, for you slicers, that's 85% of the people that watch my channel, what we're going to do is we're going to walk around the circle a little bit to the right, and we're going to start to swing a little bit to the right. Now when you start to swing further right, you combine that with the face turning down, you guessed it, you're going to start to hit some draws. So let's walk around the circle a little bit to the right. If you want to drop your right foot back a little bit, you can do that. If you want to turn your toe out a little bit, helps you create some depth. That's a great swing key. But I'm going to go ahead and swing a little bit more to the right and turn the toe down. And there's my draw, right over the flag. I cannot express the importance of 3/4 swings. Start little, make it go too far left, walk around the circle, make a little bit of a bigger swing. You're going to start to feel your arms exiting more to the right. You're going to feel your toe exiting a little bit more down through the golf ball. That is going to get rid of your slice. Guaranteed it will get rid of your slice. I'm seeing it all day long when I'm out here, okay? For you hookers of the golf ball, what we've got to do here is go back to this little one I demonstrated earlier, and we're going to release a little bit more under with the trail hand, okay? We're going to feel like the lead hand is a little bit more on top of the golf club. We're releasing our lead wrist into extension, all right? Remember, if you're a shut face golfer, you're probably already pretty flexed and or the face is very, very closed. The last thing you want to do is have a faster rate of closure. That's why you see a lot of these elite coaches talking a lot about exiting more left and getting the body moving more left, all right? But you need permission to do that. This is important to understand. If you're a slicer, okay, and you're working on that stuff, getting more open, you're going to get worse, all right? Absolutely going to get worse. Go back to what I just talked about. Don't be paying attention to this, okay? If you hook the golf ball, what we want to do here is hit that little one that goes to the right. There we go. Lead wrist on top of the golf club. I'm not dragging the handle here. The butt end of the club's pointing back towards me. This is definitely not it, okay? But the right hand is more underneath the handle. Then what do we do? Well, pretty straightforward. You're going to start to align in the direction you feel uncomfortable, in the direction that you miss to the left. But we don't need to worry about missing left anymore because we're not releasing in rotation anymore, are we? We're releasing in lead wrist extension. So now I walk around the circle to the left, okay? I do exactly the same thing. I start to feel like my lead wrist is more on top, my trail hand's more underneath. And of course, because I'm more open, yes, I'm going to start to feel like everything is exiting more to the left. It makes perfect sense to me. So let's go ahead and hit a little cut. There we go. Perfect little fade. Perfect. Okay, so think about it for a second. Find a release that works for you. Release is simply how you deliver the golf club to the point of collision. If you're a slicer, you got to strengthen your grip. If you're a hooker, you may need to weaken it. I wouldn't weaken it too much, but you definitely are going to want to think about how you release your speed, okay? You cannot rotate the golf club too quickly because you're going to obviously hit some hooks, all right? I hope that makes sense. If you want to leave a comment, I always get back to everyone that leaves comments. Certainly appreciate the support. If you think this may be able to help someone, go ahead and share it. And again, press that subscribe button. I really want to welcome you aboard. I'm having a lot of fun. We'll talk to you next time.